Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. God, I love that song. Been around for a long time. So these words were put on my desk the other day. In fact, I used a couple of them in my sermon yesterday. And the words are this: stand up and feel the Holy Spirit. So I feel like I should stand up, stand up and feel the Holy Spirit and find the power of your faith. Those words have a lot of meaning, because sometimes I don't really know. We talk about the Holy Spirit, we talk about faith, but what does faith really mean? Faith is that internal belief that God's Spirit lives in the very heart and soul of who you are. And that no matter what you go through, that Spirit is inside of you. And then we believe that that Spirit gives us the strength to face whatever comes our way. And faith is knowing that wherever we are, that God walks with us every step of the way. And I know there are times when we can doubt that, and there are times when we don't feel it. But there are just times when I need to stand up and know that God is in the very fiber of who we are. It feels good to say it, and it feels good to believe it. And then my thoughts turned to the lady who put those words on my desk. Because behind everybody's words is a person. And the person that put those words on my desk is a lady named Anita. And Anita has been coming to this church for a long time. In fact, I had the honor of doing one of her parents' funerals, and she lives in the family house where her mom and dad lived. And Anita cuts hair, cuts my hair. And when I think of Anita, and people like Anita who do what I guess are kind of ordinary jobs on ordinary days, I realize that in her, there's such grace and such humility, because when she cuts your hair, she's doing more than just cutting your hair. She's kind of making you feel good about yourself. And she's been doing it for years. And over the years, she has reached out to St. Coletta's, and they've gone to the salon and got free haircuts. And over the years, she's done some really nice, quiet things for our church. But I realize behind those words about standing up with the Spirit and standing up with your faith, behind those words is a person who embodies the humility and the grace of that Spirit. And I'm thinking, like on Wednesday, the guys who cut the grass are going to come here. And they've been cutting the grass for years. And yet, when I go out there and greet them and hand them their bucket of beer and a few dollars, they're more than guys that cut the grass. They're guys that take care of a sacred place. And their work is who they are. And I really believe that God's grace and humility and Spirit come alive in the way that they work. And it's that kind of stuff that just fuels my fire every day. Seeing God come alive in ordinary people, in ordinary places, because when you look at that, then all of a sudden ordinary people aren't so ordinary anymore. And ordinary places aren't so ordinary anymore, but they're sacred. Even today at the church, while doing this thought for the day, there's Debbie and Kathy and Len and Doug and Linda and Bob and Jerry, some people that care enough about this place to make sure that we stay strong and that we stay open. And even yesterday, going to Papa Joe's for a little concert, there were only 2 servers, and they were kind of overwhelmed. And they were so concerned about taking care of us. And I saw everybody with their patience and their kindness, because these servers are people who work to feed their families. And in them, they embody the grace and the humility of the Spirit. I sometimes worry about what are you going to say every day when you do the thought for the day? And all we have to do is look around. Look around at the spaces and the places that we meet every day, and that is where God's Spirit lives. And I think of those words again. Stand up and feel the Holy Spirit and find the power of your faith. I guess as I get older, and the more I see you and talk to you and be here, I realize that internally, faith has so much power the kind of power. It's quiet, but it gives us the courage and the grace to face tomorrow. To all of you, for your grace, for your goodness, for your reaching out and the connection we have, I give you thanks and look forward to seeing you on Wednesday. Oh, look at that.